role that I created and then apply it to whatever item in the hosts and clusters view that I would want to apply it to. So here's this resource pool, those marketing people. All right, I want to create a situation where those marketing people can do, again, the things that they want to be able to do. So let me go over here to permissions, and I want to add a permission so that those marketing people, all right, I'm going to add them, okay, and those marketing people can now do the stuff they want to do. I want to propagate that to the child objects and click OK. And as you can see here, now any person that I add into that Active Directory global group called those marketing people will now have the ability to do the things that they need to do. I can hand them the vSphere client at this point, and they're going to be able to see the things that they should see, but not be able to do the things that they can't be able to do. It's actually quite intelligent the way that the vSphere client is created, because you can very discreetly target exactly the actions that you want individuals to be able to do, and then constrain them down into specific either clusters or resource pools, or even down to individual virtual machines, so that they are limited to just those things that are required for completing their tasks. This makes the entire process of securing down both vCenter Server and ESXi across a distributed group of teams much, much, much simpler. And I think you'll find the role-based access control for this really, really good to use, especially when you do want to just simply give people the ability to manage their own virtual assets. Now, I did tell you that there are two other kind of minor topics that are important for this nugget, the first of which is just taking a look at the firewall, and the second of which is connecting into a directory service. Those are going to be done on each individual host back here under the configuration tab. And you'll see down here, if I take a look at all the different software items that are available, there are a couple of different items we want to take a look at. The first of which is security profile, which we're taking a look over here on the right. The security profile for an ESX host provides a location for you to identify what services are up and running or shut down, and what firewall connections are up and running based off of the pre-configured firewall connections that are available in the interface. So first, taking a look here at services, if I view the properties here, just like with Windows, Windows has a set of services that you can set whether or not you want it running or stopped. You can do so here with these remote services, the HA agent, for example, or the shell, or the local security authentication server. If I want, I can take a look at these and change the options for these, whether I want them to start and stop manually with the host, or start automatically if ports are open and stop when ports are closed. So all of these available for locking down that server in increasing or decreasing its security attack surface so that it's only running the services that you know you want actually running. Same thing with firewall ports down here. If I click Properties, you'll see that there are a number of different required services and then optional services down below that define the different services, and then also the ports, both incoming and outgoing, and the protocols that are associated with those services. So if I click down here, for example, the NTP client service requires outbound protocol UDP 123, and so that port is currently up and running. If I wanted to shut it down for some reason, I don't know why I would, but if I wanted to shut it down, I could do so by clicking the Options button here, and just like I did before, adjust the policy associated with that service, or start and stop the service down here. Same thing, fault tolerance or NFC. Any of these different services that I want, I can go through and make changes to turn them on or shut them down. I can add additional ports here if I want to allow certain IP addresses or connections from certain IP addresses. This will allow, this will lock down this server so that it will only actually listen to different connections from specific IP addresses or any IP address. Depending on what the security requirements are for my network, I may want to lock that down just to, again, further reduce the attack surface. Now, I will tell you that these ports, as you'll notice here, are fairly limited to the ones that are available out of the box. And while I'm not going to get directly into the specifics of how you would do it at the command line, you be aware that there is a command, the ESX CLI command with the network switch. That's what you would use actually at the command line for changing which labels are associated with which different incoming, outgoing ports. Let's say you have some sort of special technology, some sort of special third-party application that requires ESX